everybody, how's it going? I'm actually going to try something a little bit new, a little bit different, and I'm not going to do this for everything that's released, but I will try to do it more and more, little by little, because a lot of people have requested that I do album reviews. So I'm going to try this, see if you guys like the format, and basically what I'm going to do to try to cut down on the length of these because they could get extremely long. I mean, I talk about a single title track in my normal reaction / reviews for like between 12 and 18 minutes, so obviously multiplying that out for an entire album would be absolutely ridiculous. I don't have time for that. I doubt you guys have time to watch that. So basically what we're going to do here to save time, I'm not going to play any of the music, I'm just going to talk. I'm assuming that you guys will go out and buy the albums, either download or physical copies or on a streaming service, and I'm assuming that you guys have heard all of these songs already. So I'm going to go through, give it an overview type analysis, a little bit of a review for each track, and point out some things that you guys should listen for. So yeah, we'll see how it goes and start out with I by Taeyeon. The first song on the album is also called I. I'm actually not going to talk about it because I've already done a full reaction and review for it right here. So if you want to see a lot of in-depth analysis on that song, you can check out this video right here. And moving on to the rest of the tracks, there's basically 4 other tracks on the album and then an instrumental for I, which is always cool and they include stuff like that. I really like to hear those, but again, I don't really need to talk about it because I've already analyzed that in this reaction / review right here. So the second track is called Farewell in English, and it's actually a ballad, and you guys know that I don't really like ballads that much, but Farewell is an example, finally, of a ballad that's super slow. It's not like a half ballad, it's not like a power ballad, it's not like an up-tempo ballad or anything like that. It's a true slow ballad song, and I absolutely love it. The singing on it is just incredible. Listen for the little turns in her voice as she's snapping around between notes. The precision is just amazing. I love hearing stuff like that, just incredible artistic attention to detail. And also the backing track and arrangement make use of some really cool chord changes that really build and give the song a lot of movement and a lot of emotion. And you know, it's got all the classic ballad things, it's got the grand piano, it's got the string section, but the way it was done overall, the arrangement, the chords, and of course the immensely skilled vocal execution by Taeyeon just made it an incredible song that I really enjoyed, and I actually think it might be my favorite song on the entire album, so definitely check out the second track. The next song, track 3, is called Gemini in English, and this song was a little bit more jazzy, a little bit more R&B, and normally I really like that kind of thing, but this particular song just wasn't quite as exciting for me personally. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't really my thing. Some key things to listen for in it though that were pretty cool were the like high feedback vocal delays where they just kept repeating and like building over and over, and it just felt like you were in a sea of like multiple Taeyons repeating things like all around you. And kind of as an extension of that theme, check out all of the repetition in the song itself. They built in places where she's repeating things, and that's kind of a motif arrangement wise that they used throughout the entire song. Next we had track number 4 called Stress, and I absolutely love this track. I think I did like Farewell just a little bit more, but this is definitely a song that I would probably listen to more often on a daily basis, and I actually like this song more than I would have loved to have seen this as a title track, even though we probably would have gotten a very different music video that might not have been as cool to go along with it just because of the kind of sound and tempo of the song. And this song is really cool. It shows a lot of different sides of her voice, a lot of different ranges. She's also exploring a lot of different tones in her voice, pushing it a little bit, making it a little more edgy and gritty, and then backing off and going back and forth between all those different sounds. And the song itself, stylistically and arrangement wise, is actually really interesting. It's like quirky piano-driven rock pop, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of Styx or Chicago even, but at the same time not really. I just thought it was fun, a little bit strange, but also very, very powerful, and it suited her voice extremely well. And finally, we did get to hear Taeyeon over some distorted rock guitars. It's not exactly the hard rock or metal that I was hoping for, but it is kind of what I was thinking of and imagining when I was hearing Taeyeon singing over guitars. And even though the distorted electric guitars were kind of weak, there's like a weird washy kind of distortion over them at times, I think this song does kind of serve as a proof of concept, or kind of proves me a little bit right in my idea or imagination about Taeyeon singing over electric guitars, because it does have a cool sound quality to it. I think her voice really suits that, she can handle it, and I hope it gets promoted as like a second track that she'll perform live along with I, but unfortunately they'll probably pick one of the ballads to do that with, and this song will never get promoted or performed live. But I can dream, right? But anyway, it was a really great, interesting track. The chord progressions were actually kind of adventurous and really exciting, and I'm really glad that she tried that style of music. at all, like in any way. So definitely one of my favorites on that album, highly recommended. The last song, track number 5, is called You Are, and this is one of those more like epic type of vocal ballads. You know, this is one of those songs that someone would pick on a show like Immortal Songs to really show off their voice, you know, get all the live crowd standing up and crying and clapping and just going crazy and really showing off what they can do. And the song did accomplish that. I did enjoy it. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world, but just listening to Taeyeon's vocal execution on this track, regardless of the songwriting or arrangement or however else I feel about the song just not really being my thing, her vocal execution on this entire album, but especially on this song, is just like an absolute masterclass. It's a pleasure to listen to. I would love to be able to record singers with this kind of skill and this kind of talent like on a daily basis. It would certainly make my job quite a bit easier, as well as being just like a privilege to be able to sit there in the room or close to someone who's singing like that, delivering that kind of performance, especially if you're there to experience it and record it and capture it firsthand. So if you're really into those like dramatic vocal powerhouse type ballads, or if you're a singer that's looking to audition with a super impressive type of song, this might be something to look at. And it was definitely a solid track, even though I did like some of the other songs a lot better. So anyway, that's kind of the overview analysis that I get from listening to this album a couple times through. Let me know if you guys like this type of review and this kind of format, if you'd like to hear me talk about some other things in each song, or if you want to hear me talk about less things for each song, just let me know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you could share this video all over the place, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, forums, all that stuff really helps me out, and I'll see you guys next time.